Obviously a disappointing loss. Penn is a good football team, much improved. They played well. Came down obviously to an overtime situation. We didn't convert when we needed to, and they did. So, disappointing night.
Questions for student athletes?
Joe, can you talk about defending those guys? Yeah, we were pretty prepared defensively. Didn't throw anything at us that we hadn't seen in practice. So yeah, we just got to correct some mistakes and put it together.
What changed defensively for you guys after they really went right down the field after the opening kickoff? You were able to stop them a few times on your side of the field, force some quick 3 and outs. They didn't really have much momentum until late in the game.
Yeah, we just woke up, stoked, executed the game plan we had in place, and then did everything.
Nick, you've been here for a bunch of years. You did it again. I do that every time. Exactly. You've been here for a long time. You haven't seen this before. How do you make sure that this game doesn't beat you twice?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I've been here a long time. Haven't done a lot of losing in my time here, but we're just gonna have to regroup and expect that the Ivy League hasn't had an undefeated winner in a couple years. I think maybe Princeton my freshman year. So, we're gonna have to regroup. We're gonna have to look forward to the next game. Every game in the Ivy League is a playoff game. They're all gonna be intense like the one tonight. And we know we have to be perfect the rest of the year. And we can't expect anyone to, any champion to drop to have 2 losses. So, like I said, we just gotta regroup and be ready and understand that losing this game isn't the end of the world. It's disappointing. The manner it happened is extremely disappointing, but like I said, we're going to have to regroup, push forward, and get ready for the next opponent.
Went over 1,000 yards for this evening. What's that mean to you?
Not much. It's like I said, individual stuff doesn't really matter to me. Winning the game's all that mattered. So that it's a nice thing to have happen, but it doesn't mean much to me at all. On a night like tonight, where it's a disappointing result, but you just got to take it on the chin, and like I said, be ready for the next game.
Penn's been real stout all year against the run. You were able to break a nice carry on the first play, and a few other times. But overall, what did they do that was different or tougher than the first couple of opponents did?
Yeah, I mean, we knew going into the game, I believe they were top ranked in the FCS in terms of rush defense, so we knew it was going to be a difficult game. Some early runs that broke off a little bit. That was promising, but all credit to Penn. They made some adjustments at halftime. Those same runs weren't hitting quite as well. We made some adjustments, but like I said, all credit to them. They have a lot of players on that defense that are really impressive. Number 15 jumps out to me off the top of my head. So, like I said, we knew going in that it was going to be a tough matchup, but we always, back ourselves and back the offensive line and back the quarterback. But it just didn't shape up tonight the way we wanted to.
Joe, you're another one. Just talk about how you guys bounce back from this one.
Yeah, got to get in, watch the film, correct mistakes, more stuff, especially in the red zone. Can't give up 2 keys in overtime. Rally, pick each other up, come back ready for next week.
Their first drive, was it a hurry up as fast as they played? Did that throw you off a little bit on that first one?
No, I think they executed well. I think our inexperience on both sides of the ball kind of showed up, and we were in the back pedal. We couldn't get them off the field the first quarter and a half, and offensively when we get on the field, we didn't do much with it. I think they had 23 plays to our 6, coming right out of the gate. Credit to our guys. I mean, they didn't get flustered, and also we started to play a little bit better defense, and we start to move the ball a little bit more. One of the problems we're one-dimensional right now. We run the football. That's about all we're doing. Again, inexperience from a pass protective standpoint. We're not real stout, and that puts an awful lot of pressure on the quarterback. We took some deep shots. Took a couple of sacks. And then we put a drive together. We had great field position at one point, and we didn't do much with it. We backed ourselves up, and self-inflicted three procedural penalties. So being smart in those situations. Right now our quarterback is our leading rusher, and we've got to spread it around a little bit. We had some guys who can play. We put the final drive together. I think hey, we're in good shape. We don't come up empty and get behind the chains, and that's not the best thing for us. Field goal opportunity. I'm not sure what happened there. We got to convert, and we did. And then going into the overtime situation, again, we just kind of the one-dimensional aspect of it. We haven't demonstrated the ability to throw the ball effectively on a regular basis, and we didn't put the ball in the end zone. Defensively, the back ran well. They did a nice job. They mixed up their offense. I thought the quarterback, I was very impressed with him. I thought he did some nice things. So it's a shame. It's a game we could have won, and we didn't. I'm saying that 2 weeks in a row. We could have, should have, still counted.
Yeah, you knew that was going to be the matchup to watch with your multifaceted run game against their success at stopping the run. You were able to break some here and there, but overall they mostly held you guys in check. Were there any adjustments you tried to make to get the ball out in different ways, do different kinds of?
Yeah, well, we had a couple of some pass plays earlier, and we had a tough drop in the middle seam. We had a couple of people open double moves, but we just didn't have the time to throw the football. We could get a hold on to the ball a little bit, and that's not our strength right now. So getting the ball out of our hands quickly, dropping it off, and letting some guys do some things, and we could just kind of assess. We just got to broaden our offense right now. People walk down. We knew they were tough to run the ball against. They demonstrated that, and we had flashes of productivity, but not really any consistency. We took again a number of tackles for losses, and you get behind the chains against a team like that, and not demonstrate the ability to throw the football. It creates problems for us.
Have you talked to Ryan Block since the game?
Yeah, just God bless him. He, again, comes out of retirement to kick, and he's been pretty good for us across the board. We were a little bit low on the first one, and thank God for replay that it was good. And the second one, I don't know if we leaked in the middle. We were low at the kick. A combination there. Just have to take a look at film.
Talk a little bit about sending Hoyt out for the long can game.
Yeah, it's you kind of second guess yourself. I mean, we're in the 30-yard line range, and he does have a big leg. He just doesn't do it a whole bunch. And he had the distance. We were just a little bit hard left. And do you take a delay and punt the football down and try to really make them march the long distance? Hit it in the end zones on the 20-yard line as opposed to the 30-yard line. You hit the points, and they have to score to tie it. And so we opted. We've hit him a little bit each practice, and he's got the leg to do it. We just a little bit awry. So second guess everything in a game like that.
You know how hard it is to win the league with 2 losses. Hardly ever happens. So pretty much everything from here on out is a must win. Obviously the guys are smart guys and so forth, and what we have to do is just focus on what we do well and how do we improve. Again, the more that we play, our offensive line, they'll come along. We're still playing 10 guys and kind of figuring out the right combination. Rick Flamin came in early, and the only senior starter or older starter the only starter for us, and he was out after a couple of series. I don't know if he'll make it back in the next couple of weeks. So we got what we have. We've got some talent. We've got to execute and be consistent with it. A couple play, we miss young guy misses a block, and you can't do that. They're a good football team. So on the defensive end side, Mac Ayers continues to play well. Heffernan had a better game. Our secondary, we made a couple plays, and the kid's been throwing the ball very, very successfully, but just not enough. We didn't turn the ball over or take the ball away, and you got to do that on occasion. So when you got hurt
Yeah, he's just in the 2 or 3 plays. You know, I don't know what the setback will be, but right now it's just hard to count on a guy that hadn't been with you for a long period of time.
Do you have any concerns about them hanging their heads?
Yeah, you know, this is uncharted waters for a lot of these guys. I mean, they haven't lost, some of them haven't lost that many games in a couple of years. So how do you deal with it? And that was my point in the locker room with the guys after, especially the seniors. You know, it's what do you do? Go back to work. You know, it's a close-knit team. They will play together. Again, from a coaching standpoint, we've got to assess the skill sets that we have and how do we exploit them and how do you hide some of the developmental deficits that you've got right now. And, you know, nobody feels good about it. And, you know, we get one more first down, we feel a lot different right now. Still a lot that we need to work on. And I think the kids it was interesting to hear what both of these guys said. Just go right back to work. And I think that's the mindset that they have.
Talk about needing to get the passing game going, but how do you keep Nick on his feet for the rest of the season at 24 carries a game?
Yeah, well, that's going to be a conversation with the offensive staff tomorrow. And some of it's, you know, he'll pull the ball down and we'll go, but we've had a lot of calls with him running the football. And he's taken an awful lot of hits. And nobody can last a season with that many shots. Cadwallader to get in there for a little bit today. Not a whole lot of snaps, and we had clock management. I should have been more on and just called a timeout just to save us a little bit. But we just, again, the discipline in that situation that we were lacking as coaches. That's my responsibility.
So they have like a 14-yard punt, and you are set up in good position. Is that?
We lose 15 yards.
That's where the game is lost.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We had every opportunity, and that's just some comedy of errors. Quarterback gets hurt, and the next guy in, and we just right tackle jumps offside, or wide receiver jumps offside. We run a delay game, and you're exactly right. And those are the things again, inexperience. First time. But we need to be better than that. Guys are smart. They see it as well. But it just doesn't make it any less frustrating right now.